Hello, hello, hello. Christian Gurrola, your Riverside Realtor here in surrounding areas. It is now the month of February. Spring is around the corner, love is in the air, it's almost Valentine's Day, and we are back again with another market update. As always, I start with the year over year, and then we're gonna get into the month over month with some graphs at the end. So stay tuned, you're not gonna wanna miss this information. So as always, I always throw up this information right here so you can visualize, so you can see what's going on. So year over year, market data, median sales price actually went up from 583,000 to 610,000, almost a 5% increase. Now, number of sold listings did go slightly down of almost 4% from 154 to 148. Now, average days on the market did drop from 45 to 35 days, so 25%. Now, days on market, which means things are selling a lot quicker. People are still inclined to purchase that home. There are a lot of buyers out there right now. So if you're on the verge of selling, if you're on the fence, you have a lot of buyers right now, and there are a lot of highly qualified people who are looking for the home that you live in probably right now. So we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes, the month over month, where I see the trends start to change for the first time in a while. So we'll start on this month over month. So median sales price dropped from $650,000 to $610,000, a decrease of almost 6.35%. Now, what that means is inventory, if we look at the month over month, inventory is creeping up ever so slightly. We had about 30 to 40 more homes this past month in January from the previous month. Now we're still at kind of historic all-time lows. If we throw up the, if you'll see, you look at the graph, we are at a historic all-time low in terms of inventory. We're at a 1.9 month supply of inventory when a regular market is about 5 to 6 months. So once that inventory starts to go up, our demand is still there, but it'll start to even out the playing field where prices will start to kind of come down a little bit. So that's why that's happening. Now, the number of sold listings did go down from 168 to 148, almost 13%. And the average days on the market just jumped up ever so slightly from 32 to 35 days. So what I'm seeing is a little bit more inventory in the market, which means home prices are come down. They're gonna come down ever so slightly. They're gonna gradually taper out, but nothing too significant to where it's gonna make a difference if you're thinking about purchasing a home. Nothing too significant on your monthly payment. Now, with that being said, $50,000 to $40,000 on a monthly payment really does not affect your monthly that much. But if you want to get more in depth in that, shoot me a message and we can talk about that. But what I really want to get into now is the graphs. So I'll throw up this graph right here. So median sales price now, you'll see $610,000. Now that is the first decline that we've had since August of this last year. Now what that means, I think we're gonna start seeing home prices just taper out ever so slightly, nothing too drastic, but also interest rates are starting to come back down. Now the Fed announced about 3 to 4 rate reductions within this year of 2024. Now they haven't happened yet. The Fed actually met last month, did not reduce their rates. But what's gonna go on is when they start to reduce the rates, mortgage rates might come down just a little bit. They're starting to come down already, which is making it more affordable for people. So a lot more buyers are going to come out in the spring and summertime. So if you're on the fence of selling your home, right now is gonna be the perfect time to do it. So let's start talking, let's start getting it ready. As well as you're a buyer, right now is gonna be the perfect time to do it, because at the end of the day, there is no bad time to buy, ever. It really just depends on your financial situation. So the number of new listings, we'll throw up this graph right here, 236 new listings. Now, if you look, we're starting to see an increase from the prior months. Now, we were on a slight decline from the summer months of last year, but now we're starting to see more new listings come, like I said. So when more new listings come, when we have more inventory on the market, that means the demand is kind of gonna start to level out a little bit. And when there's more options for everybody, that means prices of homes will start to drop ever so slightly. Nothing significant. It's gonna take a while to correct itself. Obviously, we're never gonna see anything like 2007 or 2008. But right now we are in a market where it will correct itself. I think we are in the new norm right now, but we'll start to see a little bit of a gradual taper off. Now, the number of closed sales, this is the big kicker right here. The number of closed sales is 148 the last month. Now, if you look at this whole graph along the way, you'll see back in 2020, that's when it was an all-time low. That's when COVID first, I guess, came out. And people were starting to get scared. They were pulling back all their spending. The market stopped. It halted. Then after the whole COVID boom, we don't know what happened, and everything just took off. So right now you can see we are at a historic number of low of closed sales, and that is directly correlated to the amount of inventory that we have. Right now we have about 1.9 months of inventory on the market, when on a regular market we should have about 5 to 6 months. So it all again comes down to the supply and demand factor of everything. Sorry about that. It all comes down to the supply and demand factor of everything. The supply is low right now and the demand is high, which is forcing the appreciation. Now obviously we saw a little bit of a slight reduction last month, which is nothing too significant because the supply is coming up a little bit more. But with the interest rates coming down, with the summer months and the spring months coming, I think we will see another little bit of a boom. So if you're thinking about purchasing a home right now, let's get you started on that track. Let's do a consult. If you're thinking about listing your home and you're on the fence, we have to start getting your home prepped and ready for that, because the months of getting the most amount for your home are coming soon. So if you have any questions at all, or you would like any type of information, let's meet today. Christian Gurrola, Realtor, here in Riverside, California, your go-to realtor, and I would love to be your trusted advisor for everything. So we'll see you next month.